Hello everybody. Right, I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how I get the bronze effect on the helmets and other bits and pieces that I do on the figures. Now this is really easy, guys. You're only going to need a few paints for it. Alright, so what I've done is I've base coated up with a scale colour Negro Gold. Alright, that's going to be your base. Yeah, just do the whole thing that you want bronze in this colour. Alright. And then what you do, you're going to leave that to dry. So yeah, look, as you can see, I've got my spare head when it gets in focus. Yeah, and all I've done is I have base coated it up. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. Yeah, a couple of minutes. And then I shall return for the next phase. See you in a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. Okay, so as you can see, the head is dry. Yeah, the base coat is on. Okay, so you got to think of that as that is going to end up being your lines. Alright, so even though it's a base coat, it's still going to be your lines. So the next phase is going to be some scale colour Viking Gold. Right, this is going to be highlight. Yeah, so this goes on next. What I'm going to do is not attempt to try and paint it on camera, to be honest, guys. What I'll do is I'll highlight it and then I'll come back on. Yeah, and I'll basically point out the bits that I've highlighted so you can get an idea. Yeah, so this is how it looks now. And I'm just about to highlight it up with the Viking Gold. So bear with me, I shall return. Okay guys, welcome back. Now, as you can see, I've highlighted with the Viking Gold and it's currently drying. The only areas that I've hit with it are the actual highlights. Hang on, let's see if I can get a decent shot of where I've hit. Basically, it's if I turn the figure around this way, yeah, you see them bits that are glinting. Yeah, they're the highlights. They're where I've highlighted. So it's the flat edge around sort of where the peak of the hat is. Also, the very top of the helmet itself. Yeah. I've then gone around and hit sort of the cheek pieces, just sort of the outside edges of the cheek pieces. Yeah, and I've also gone around and edge highlighted. Yeah, around sort of where the rim of the helmet is. Yeah, it's hard to see at the moment with the lighting that I've got. So, but basically, I've left quite out a better idea of it. See, like you can see that band. You can see that band. That's the transition from that greeny bronze, which is the Negro Gold, up into the Viking Gold, which is the bit at the top. See, I've left quite a big band around the bottom half. Yeah. Come on, focus for me. Yeah, you kind of get the idea. Right, so I'm going to let that dry. Give that another 5 minutes to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to pull out some inks because that's the next phase. Okay, so I shall return in a moment. Okay, guys, welcome back. Right, so it's that ink wash time. What we're going to do, we're going to have 2 drops of strong tone. Yeah, and 1 drop of sepia shade. Yeah, you notice there's a sort of pattern emerging. I use dark tone for when I do silvers and things like chainmail on that. I'll use dark tone. When I'm doing things like gold, bronzes and stuff like that, it's going to be the strong tone. It's got a slightly browner sort of tinge to it. The sepia is going to add a slight orangey tint to it. Yeah, and it also, I don't know, it helps it dry up really matte and nice. Anyway, I'm going to quickly do a wash, and then what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll show you the area that I've washed. Not going to attempt to do it while I'm actually filming because I know that it's going to look rubbish if I do that. So I shall be back in a very short time and show you how I got on. Won't be a minute. Okay guys, this is where I'm at so far with it. Yeah, as you can see, I've used the ink to go around wherever the Negro Gold was. Yeah, and I've kind of flooded where I want my lines. Yeah, what you can do is, as the ink's actually drying, yeah, look, I'm going to try and attempt this with, I'm not going to be able to do it, maybe, but basically move the ink up. Can't get in focus enough. Yeah, it's definitely going to have to be a video camera soon, guys. But basically what you're going to do is use that ink to sort of blend upwards. So start at the bottom where the line is and then lift it slightly with your paintbrush. Yeah, so that you lift it up. And that'll add a little bit more of a shade. Yeah, but flood the areas where you want the most shade to be. Remember, this is only wash one. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect the first time that you do it. Yeah, but you're going to sort of use it to sort of flood the areas of shade. What I'll do is I'll come back in a minute and show you how it looks when it's dried from wash one. Right, this is how it looks at the moment. Now let's get it in focus on the phone. Oh yeah, definitely video camera soon. But yeah, I've avoided the bits where the Viking Gold was. Alright, just try and avoid them because remember, that's your highlight. Yeah, and I've just gone round and used it to try and shade it in. See, there's another bit there that I can sort of lift up. Drag it around, really difficult to do it while I'm actually filming. Okay, let's get it in focus again. Come on. Oh, good grief. Okay. But you kind of get the idea. Yeah, like I say, I'm going to let it dry. Yeah, it's going to be 10 minutes or so drying. But you kind of get the idea. Look, you're going to use it for lining and shading. Yeah, there's going to be bits where it hasn't adhered properly. But look, you can also sort of tip it about so that the ink flows from the back to the front. Just as long as you're using it to define those lines, like I say, don't go over the whole thing. Yeah, just use it to define your lines. But anyway, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to let this dry and then come back and give it another go. See you soon. Okay guys, welcome back. As you can see, the paint's dry now. Well, pretty much. And this is how it's turned out so far. Okay, you can see the lines are just starting to be in there, the shading's in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it one more time. No, not Britney Spears. Okay, in all seriousness, let's hit it again. But I'm only going to hit it around the lines. What I'll do is I'll paint it up around the lines and then I'll show you what it looks like after I've done that. Bear with me a moment. Okay guys, I've quickly hit just around the lines and the areas of most shade. Yeah, that's all I've done. I haven't gone right over the whole thing again. Just the lines and the area where basically there's going to be sort of the most sort of crevices and stuff like that. You know, just put it in there. As you can see, if I can get it in focus. Come on. Yeah, right under there. Inside that crease. around the outside of that. Yeah, anywhere that there's going to be a shade. Yeah, and that is probably going to do it actually. I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry, and you can sort of make your mind up as to whether or not it needs to have another go or not. The other thing I was going to say, guys, was it's not written in stone that it's got to be 2 drops of the Army Painter to 1 drop of the sepia. I mean, you can mix it up a bit. I mean, I did. I just played about until it looked okay. This might be a bit dark. You might want it a bit more orangey, in which case you sort of add a drop more sepia to it. Or you can mix it up a bit. You know, I mean, this technique is going to work for most things that are that sort of colour, like your golds, for instance. I mean, golds, you could start with a lighter base and work up, and then use this to line your gold. Yeah, I've done that before. I also use other stuff to line as well, like the Vallejo smoke. I mean, that's my main go-to for lining. I mean, you could use that to line the gold when you do gold, the darkest areas. Yeah, hit it with a line of Vallejo smoke and see how that turns out. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry. Yeah, just so that you can see just how matte this looks when it's actually dried up. Yeah, I might need to hit another couple of areas again. You know, that bit sort of there where the cheek guard is on the helmet, I might sort of want to define those bits that stick out there. Might want to define that a bit more, so I might want to hit that underneath those again. Yeah. But I mean, this is just sort of like a test subject. I mean, I could paint the face up pretty quick. But then I'm not actually using it for a figure at the moment. The one that I'm working on at the moment is this one of my cavalry ones. So this one's going to be the next one that I'm doing. So I've been playing about with this one, but not happy with the face on that. It's alright, but nothing spectacular. Also done the helmet on this one, but once again that needs a wash again and some lining. Same technique though. You know, exactly the same technique. I just chose to do it slightly differently, and you know, I haven't given it its second lining wash yet. But yeah, you get the kind of idea. I mean, basically most of my techniques, it's a case of base coat it, highlight it up, yeah, and then sort of shade it off with a wash or two and a glaze. I mean, that's how I do most of my stuff. You know, there's nothing special about it. But yeah, quite happy with that so far. What I'll do, like I say, is I'll let it dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's actually 100% dry. And then, like I say, you can tell me whether or not it looks okay and if you like it. Anyway, speak to you soon. Okay guys, I'm back and this is done. This is how it turned out in the end. All I did on the back there was just basically go over the hair a little bit just to define that line with the same wash that I've been using. That will stay there like that for now. It gives you an idea, you know, just to put that shade in. The other thing that I did as well was go underneath a bit, just to put that shade in to make the cheek guard stand out a little bit. Bits that stick out on the cheek guard. Oh, good grief, phone. It looks better in hand than what it does on the video, guys, to be honest. The lighting's not quite right in here. for you to actually see what it actually looks like in hand. But it does look nice. Yeah, I'm not just saying it. It's really easy way of doing it, guys. I mean, like I say again, as I said in the chainmail video, if you've got sort of 10 figures lined up and you need them all bronze, you know, your base coat, 10 of them, highlight 10 of them, wash 10 of them, go back, yeah, give the first lot another wash and a line. Time you've done them, you know, that's your bronze done. And it does look really nice in hand, guys. Like I say, you can't really see it properly on the camera, but in hand it looks really nice. It's nice, it's matte, you know, the lines are in, and like I say, it's pretty straightforward. You know, there's nothing really difficult about it. It's just slapping them washes into them lines and crevices, moving it about a bit to blend it in, you know, not going over your highlights with your wash. Yeah, and that's how it looks when you're finished. Anyway, I hope this was useful to you. I'm going to be doing some more tutorials again soon. I've been asked to do a flesh one, and there's a couple of others that are probably in the pipeline. I might go into one on lining, because I use that quite extensively. I line pretty much everything, and there's a pretty easy way of doing that. Another thing that I might do, do a tutorial on horse leather. Yeah, that's really nice, that's easy. You know, I've been asked to do a couple of bits and pieces, well, tutorial wise on horses, which I'm not really very good with horses, but I'll have a go. Quite happy to have a go. And like I say, I hope this was useful to you. Please leave comments. You know, have a little play about with it. Get back to me if it works. Get back to me if it doesn't work. It should work. Works when I do it on most of my stuff. Yeah, that it gives it a really nice sort of beaten up bronzy look. You know, when you matte varnish over the top, it dulls it right down as well, which is good in some ways, is bad in others, but you know, you have to matte varnish your figures, or you have to varnish them. Yeah, otherwise the paint's going to be flaking off really easily. But yeah, like I say, once again, I hope it's useful to you. And give me a shout, let me know what other tutorials, if any, you'd like me to do. And I'll have a go for you. Anyway, take care, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.